Bachelor in Paradise Season 10, Week 7, 8, and 9 Eliminations, August 15th, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation news fans. Bachelor in Paradise is getting closer and closer to the end. However, the eliminations for weeks 7, 8, and 9 of Season 10 have been revealed. This is big news for anyone who wants spoilers. Not one, but two couples were sent off the island after an elimination. Fans did not expect to hear about what was to come on the show. There is a lot to unfold and uncover. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. New big twist added to Bachelor in Paradise. Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise has not been like any of the others. They switched up two major things on the show. They had contestants from both the Golden Bachelor and the Golden Bachelorette join the regular contestants at the beach. Fans were wary about how this would be. However, it is working out pretty well. The next big twist is that the winner gets $500,000. Fans were not too fond of this twist, as they think it is going to change the reason for the show. Some fans think that people will try to stick it out in their couples and only go on the shows to win money. Only time will tell if people stay genuine on the show. Season 10, Week 7, 8, and 9 eliminations revealed. Spoilers ahead. Week 7 of Season 10 has two couple eliminations. Reality Steve revealed what else he knows about this week and the eliminations. Brian and Parisa are one of the couples sent home. Next to go are Sean and Alicia. However, once fans get to Week 8, only one couple gets eliminated. Jonathan and Leah are the next to go for the cast. They are not going to continue any further. Finally, in Week 9, two more couples say their goodbyes. Keith and Kathy are sent home, as well as Jeremy and Bailey. Fans are shocked they made it that long. However, they are all gone and do not make it to the finale. OTY Reality Steve, here are the Week 7, 8, and 9 eliminations for the next couple of weeks. pic.twitter.com/GHRSVTU8NK. M.S. Smith, August 15th, 2025. It seems as though Brian, Parisa, Sean, and Alicia are all sent home in Week 7, which is upcoming. This is shocking. However, people ultimately had to be sent home in order to narrow down the choices. It was just their time to go. Fans are loving this season of Bachelor in Paradise. However, the new twist is worrying fans that no one will be in a relationship for the right reason. What do you think about this? Are you shocked about who goes home? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts on this situation. Season 10, Weeks 7 to 9 eliminations. Love, lies, and heartbreak under the Mexican sun. Paradise turns stormy. By Week 7, Paradise wasn't the dreamy escape it once was. The Mexican breeze still smelled of salt and margaritas, but the mood among contestants had shifted. Sun-kissed bodies lounged on daybeds, but whispers of betrayal, jealousy, and strategy buzzed louder than the crashing waves. This was no longer about casual connections or flirtatious games. This was survival. With only 3 weeks left until engagements, every rose, every date, every whispered conversation carried weight. Friendships began to crumble under the strain of romance. Love triangles snapped. Secrets surfaced. And with each rose ceremony, Paradise lost another heart to heartbreak. Weeks 7 through 9 would prove to be the most dramatic stretch of Season 10, filled with exits that no one could have predicted, and a few that fans were begging for. Week 7, when the masks came off. Bailey's breaking point. Week 7 opened with Bailey pacing the shoreline, tears slipping down her cheeks. Her once flourishing connection with Jeremy had been steady, almost too steady, until new arrival Marissa walked in with her striking confidence and immediately asked Jeremy on a date. Jeremy said yes. Fans gasped. Bailey snapped. The date card's impact was explosive. Bailey accused Jeremy of stringing her along, while Jeremy insisted he just wanted to explore. Marissa and Jeremy's oceanfront horseback ride didn't help, ending with a passionate kiss that left Bailey crushed. By the time the rose ceremony arrived, Bailey had a choice: fight for Jeremy or walk away with dignity. She chose the latter. Elimination number 1, Week 7. Bailey, self-eliminated. Her departure was bittersweet. She didn't wait for the ceremony. packing her bags mid-afternoon and telling the cameras, "I won't beg for love. Not here, not anywhere." Brian's betrayal. If Bailey's exit wasn't shocking enough, Brian's behavior made waves too. Brian had been paired with Cassandra since week 4. The two seemed locked in, until Brian was caught late at night on the beach talking with Leah, his ex-fling from week 2. Whispers spread like wildfire. By the time Cassandra confronted him, Brian admitted he still had unresolved feelings. The confrontation turned paradise into chaos. Cassandra, fiery and unapologetic, didn't hold back. "You made me think I was safe. I opened up to you, and you threw me aside like yesterday's rose." At the week 7 rose ceremony, Brian attempted to hand Cassandra his rose. She rejected it, stunning the cast. Instead, Cassandra chose to leave paradise on her own terms, while Brian was left humiliated. Elimination number 2, week 7, Cassandra self-eliminated. Elimination number 3, week 7, Brian eliminated. Week 7 cliffhanger. As roses were handed out, tension lingered. Some couples, like Emily and Chris and Natalie and Jason, seemed stronger than ever, but cracks were showing elsewhere. Paradise, once a playground, had turned into a battleground. Week 8, the love triangle that exploded. The arrival of Sierra. Week 8 began with a bombshell. Sierra, a fan favorite from a previous Bachelor season, entered Paradise with a date card in hand. Her entrance shifted the dynamics instantly. Men were nervous, women were territorial. She pulled aside Jeremy, yes, Jeremy again, Chris, and even Jason. But the biggest shock came when she asked Jason on her date. Jason had been solid with Natalie for weeks. They'd been seen as one of the strongest couples. But when Sierra asked, Jason hesitated, and then said yes. Fans gasped. Natalie's face dropped. The date card itself was romantic, a candlelit dinner on the beach ending with Jason and Sierra sharing a kiss. Paradise viewers felt the betrayal ripple through their screens. Natalie's meltdown. Back at the resort, Natalie spiraled. She confronted Jason when he returned. Tears flowed, accusations flew. Jason stammered about wanting clarity, but Natalie wasn't buying it. By midweek, Natalie decided she couldn't forgive him. She packed her bags in an emotional scene, whispering to producers, "I won't sit here and be someone's backup plan." Elimination number 4, Natalie, self-eliminated. Jason's regret was immediate, and Sierra, realizing the gravity of the situation, began to question if she'd just ruined someone's paradise story. The double exit. Meanwhile, Chris and Emily, the golden couple, hit a rough patch. Chris admitted he wasn't ready for engagement, while Emily confessed she was falling faster than he was. After hours of heart-to-hearts, the two shocked Paradise by leaving together, but not engaged. Elimination number 5 and 6, week 8. Chris and Emily, left as a couple, no engagement. Their exit left the beach reeling. If even the strongest couple couldn't survive Paradise, what hope did anyone else have? Week 9, hearts shatter before the finale. Jeremy's downfall. Jeremy had become the season's lightning rod, tangled in triangles with Bailey, Marissa, and even Sierra. By week 9, the women were done with his indecision. At the rose ceremony, Marissa, tired of competing, refused to accept his rose. Sierra did the same. Jeremy stood there, empty-handed, realizing his paradise journey was over. Elimination number 7, week 9, Jeremy, eliminated. The man who once held all the power now walked away alone. Leah's regret. Leah, who stirred drama with Brian earlier, struggled to find a solid connection after Cassandra's departure. By week 9, she admitted she wasn't feeling it with anyone. Rather than dragging it out, she chose to leave. Elimination number 8, week 9, Leah, self-eliminated. The final shock, Sierra leaves too. Despite her fiery entrance, Sierra's confidence faded after Jason pulled back. He confessed he wasn't ready to move forward with her. His heart still lingered on Natalie. Sierra, realizing she'd walked into someone else's unfinished love story, chose to leave. Elimination number 9, week 9, Sierra, self-eliminated. The couple still standing. By the end of week 9, only a handful of couples remained. Jason, single, still reeling from Natalie's exit. Marissa, single, focused on herself. Emily and Chris, gone. Leah, gone. Sierra, gone. Brian, gone. Bailey, gone. The stage was set for the finale, but weeks 7 through 9 eliminations proved one thing. Paradise may promise love, but it almost always
Bachelor
delivers
in Paradise,
heartbreak.
Season 10, Weeks 7 through 9 Eliminations. The shocking truth behind Paradise's most heartbreaking exits. Paradise isn't always paradise. By the time Week 7 rolled around, the atmosphere in Paradise had shifted. The early days were filled with cocktails, poolside laughter, and stolen kisses beneath the stars. But now, the Mexican air felt heavier. Roses carried consequences. Whispers about who's serious and who's playing the game replaced the carefree flirting that once dominated the beach. As fans know, weeks 7 through 9 are the make or break point in any Bachelor in Paradise season. It's when couples either lock in their future or implode under the pressure. This season was no different. In fact, it may have been the most dramatic stretch in Paradise history. When roses became weapons. Bailey's breaking point. It began innocently enough, the morning sun climbing over the horizon, casting golden streaks across the waves. Bailey sat on the edge of a daybed, twisting the stem of a rose between her fingers. Her voice cracked when she whispered to producers. "Jeremy told me I was his number one. Now he's out there with Marissa like I never existed. How am I supposed to fight for someone who doesn't even see me?" The scene was heartbreaking. Bailey had been one of the season's most loyal women. She trusted Jeremy. Too much, perhaps. So when Marissa, bold, stunning, and unbothered, stepped onto the beach and asked Jeremy on a date, Bailey's world shattered. The date was paradise perfection. Horseback riding along the shoreline, tequila shots at sunset, and the kind of kiss that had producers cutting away for dramatic effect. When Jeremy returned, Bailey confronted him. "Bailey, did you even think about me before you said yes?" Jeremy: "Bailey, I told you from the start I wanted to explore." Bailey, snapping: "Explore? We've been together for weeks. That's not exploring, that's cheating with cameras on." By nightfall, Bailey was done. She packed her bags before the rose ceremony and delivered one of the rawest exit lines of the season. "I won't beg for love. Not here, not anywhere. If Jeremy wants to explore, let him do it without me." Elimination number 1, Week 7. Bailey self-eliminated. Fans lit up Twitter that night. Bailey deserved better. Jeremy is trash. Protect Bailey at all costs. #Justice for Bailey. Brian's betrayal. As if Bailey's heartlank wasn't enough drama, Brian found a way to make things worse. He and Cassandra had been coupled up since week 4, a reliable duo, even if they weren't the flashiest romance. That stability crumbled when cameras caught Brian sneaking out to the beach at midnight with Leah. Whispers spread. By breakfast, everyone knew. Cassandra confronted him in front of the group. Cassandra: "Do you want me, Brian, or are you just keeping me warm until something better comes along?" Brian: "I just don't know, Cass. Leah and I had something before. I need to see if it's still there." Gasps. Silence. Then Cassandra stood, straightened her sundress, and said, "You made me feel safe, and now you've humiliated me. Enjoy, Leah. I'm done." At the rose ceremony, Brian tried to give Cassandra his rose. She shook her head. Cassandra: "Keep it. I don't want anything from you." Cassandra left that night, head held high. Brian didn't last long after. With no one willing to accept his rose, he was sent home as well. Elimination number 2, Week 7. Cassandra self-eliminated. Elimination number 3, Week 7. Brian eliminated. No rose accepted. Fans exploded again. Cassandra is a queen for rejecting that rose. Brian just gave us the messiest moment of paradise ever. Week 7 cliffhanger. The rose ceremony ended with unexpected emptiness. Chairs were left vacant. Bailey, Cassandra, and Brian were gone, all casualties of broken trust. But paradise wasn't done yet. The triangle that shook paradise. Sierra arrives. When Sierra walked down those paradise steps, jaws dropped. She was radiant,
a fan favorite from her Bachelor season, and the kind of woman who shifts power dynamics instantly. She pulled aside Jeremy, Chris, and Jason for conversations. Each man looked both thrilled and terrified. Then came the shocker. Sierra invited Jason on her date. Jason had been tightly linked to Natalie since week 3. They were the couple everyone bet on to make it to engagement. But Jason hesitated only briefly before saying yes. The Paradise gasps were audible. Natalie's smile froze. Jason and Sierra's date. Producers gave them one of the most romantic setups of the season, a candlelit dinner table surrounded by lanterns, ending with fireworks over the ocean. Jason opened up about his fear of moving too fast with Natalie. Sierra leaned in, listening intently, before softly placing her hand on his. And then came the kiss. The audience knew the fallout would be brutal. Natalie's meltdown. When Jason returned, Natalie was waiting. Her mascara was already smudged from crying. Natalie, you told me I was his forever. Did you mean that, or was I just a placeholder until Sierra showed up? Jason, it wasn't like that, Nat. I needed clarity. Natalie, clarity or excitement? Because clarity doesn't end with fireworks and you kissing her. The argument stretched into the night. By morning, Natalie was done. She packed her bags, hugged her girlfriends, and walked away with one final line. I won't sit here and be someone's backup plan. Paradise doesn't deserve me, and Jason doesn't either. Elimination number 8, week 8. Natalie self-eliminated. Natalie is everything. Jason who? Jason will regret this. Mark my words. Chris and Emily's surprise exit. While everyone was focused on Jason's love triangle, another shocker brewed in the background. Chris and Emily had been Paradise's strongest couple, affectionate, stable, and openly planning for a future. But behind closed doors, cracks formed. Chris admitted to Emily that he wasn't ready for engagement. Emily, already picturing a proposal, broke down. Instead of forcing it, the two agreed to leave Paradise together, but without rings. Elimination number 5 and 6, week 8. Chris and Emily, left as a couple, no engagement. It was bittersweet. Fans loved their honesty, but their departure shook confidence in every other couple. The Paradise Purge. Jeremy's downfall. By now, Jeremy had become the season's villain. He'd burned Bailey, toyed with Marissa, and even tangled with Sierra. At the rose ceremony, karma finally hit. Marissa refused his rose. Sierra shook her head too. Jeremy stood there, humiliated, with no one left. Elimination number 7, week 9. Jeremy eliminated. The internet cheered. Goodbye, Jeremy. Don't let the rose hit you on the way out. Leah's regret. After stirring the pot with Brian, Leah realized she didn't truly connect with anyone. She confessed in her ITM. I came here for love. I found drama instead. I'm going home before I lose myself. Elimination number 8, week 9. Leah self-eliminated. Sierra walks away. Jason's indecision came back to haunt him. He pulled Sierra aside and admitted his heart still belonged to Natalie. Sierra, devastated but dignified, chose to leave. Elimination number 9, Sierra, self-eliminated. Her exit cemented weeks 7 through 9 as the bloodiest eliminations in Paradise history. The couples still standing after week 9. By the end of week 9, the landscape was bleak. Most of the big names were gone. What remained were fragile connections, last-minute sparks, and a finale looming on the horizon. Paradise had devoured itself. Paradise or heartbreak. Weeks 7 through 9 proved one thing. Bachelor in Paradise isn't for the faint of heart. The eliminations were brutal, the betrayals unforgettable, and the tears unforgettable. The beach looked the same. Palm trees swaying, waves lapping, cocktails clinking, but the magic had shifted. For some, Paradise had been the beginning of forever. For others, it was the end of the road. And fans, they're left counting down the days to the finale, wondering who will actually survive this storm and leave Paradise engaged.